Hello everyone, a super quick fire video today. I'm going to get this in under 3 minutes because the reason for that, I was seeing reviews for Creed Centaurus and I wanted to find out about the fragrance myself. I wanted to watch a quick review that told me what I needed to know, and I saw a lot of videos for the 10, 15 minutes. I thought, no, I want something quicker than that, and sometimes if you want a job doing, you've got to do it yourself. So Creed Centaurus review for you today in under 3 minutes. I've already wasted 25 seconds. Before we do that, I'd like to tell you guys that my recommended USA-based fragrance sampling site is the Fragrance Decant Boutique. That's decantboutique.com. The code MrSmelly10 gets you 10% off across that amazing and highly recommended site. My recommended UK-based fragrance sampling site is Fragrance Samples UK, and they are both linked in the description of this video, and the code MrSmelly10 also works at Fragrance Samples UK. Okay, Centaurus from Creed. Really a very hyped release, or much talked about release, one that's caused some excitement in the fragrance community, and quite rightly so. I quite like Creed as a brand overall. I've got quite a few of their fragrances. Here's a very expensive one, Spice and Wood. This one then, 50ml, £235 on the Creed website in the USA, 100ml, a whopping £330, so it's certainly expensive. The note listing: tobacco, cinnamon, cardamom, pink pepper, sandalwood, patchouli, heliotrope, jasmine, geranium, benzoin, bourbon vanilla, my favourite type of vanilla, hobnob vanilla, forget it, tolu balsam, tonka and ambroxan. So I've got an official carded sample that actually came with something else that I bought from Creed, so thanks, it's nice that they include that. And you've got a lovely picture of the bottle, and there's another one that also comes in the what they're calling the Amber Universe. Wonderful. And that one is called Delphinus, but we'll talk about that another day. Aimed towards women and men, I believe. I think maybe in reality, these bottle designs now, I think it doesn't necessarily tell you whether it's a man's or a women's one, because they used to have a different shape for a woman's bottle or whatever. I think it's leaning more towards being a feminine fragrance. Okay, it's spicy and sweet. Definitely pick up on a really nice sandalwood note, decidedly pleasant, reminiscent, and that's why I grabbed this bottle, in a sort of way of Spice and Wood, which of course shares woods and spices as prominent notes, but this one, the new one here that we're talking about, Centaurus, has a more of a floral element to it, and a bit more of a sweetness in there. So you've got sandalwood as a really smooth and quite important note. I actually got a faint similarity to Creed's original Santal. No one else has mentioned that. But you've got jasmine, geranium, only two floral notes. Oh, there you go. Cinnamon. It's not cinnamon heavy, but yeah, maybe you pick up on that. So it's sweet and it's rich. It's very enticing. Performance, it lasts really well on this piece of paper from what I've tested so far. I haven't worn it, I have to be completely honest with you. It's pleasant, but it's rather humdrum. Bit like a designer fragrance, certainly not worth the money in my humble opinion. I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. It's quite good, but for that kind of money, I'd be looking to have a little bit more fun. And I'm going to go slightly over 3 minutes, but it'll be under 3.5, so you can forgive me. We'll round that down. And yeah, I'm a Creed fan. You know, it doesn't quite have the Creed DNA. I really like what they do with their citruses, and they kind of have a really crisp freshness about so many of their fragrances. Now, they don't always have to stick to that stereotype, but this one, as far as introducing us to something a little bit more sweet and spicy and warming and enveloping, well, it is quite pleasant. And people, if someone gives me a bottle of this free, or I gave it to someone, I'm sure they'd enjoy wearing it. But for me, not wildly exciting. Okay, bit humdrum for Creed. So it's a sort of thumb sideways, and a 6 out of 10. Probably not worth the high price, in my humble opinion. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments below. Don't forget, you can still buy Gravitas Pour Homme in the UK for just £70. That very special offer still running there. We've sold out in the USA, and we're out of everything in the USA on the Norton & Wilson site except Bon Viveur. We are restocking. The new stock is on its way there, and we have a new release coming out at the end of 2024. I'm very excited. It smells amazing, and it has new packaging. We are really going for it with this one. So buy Bon Viveur. That's my personal signature scent from Norton & Wilson. I wear it more than any other if you're in the USA, and if you're in the UK, don't forget the Gravitas Pour Homme special offer, and stay tuned for fragrance number 5, nortonandwilson.com.